I bet you all clicked on it immediately seeing I'd fallen off, you little snakes.
It's show jumping morning. I'm just picking up Ailey. She's got a lot of stuff and it's a very rainy day. Morning.
Morning.
You're on camera.
Oh, hey.
How are you feeling?
Actually okay. I've done some research. I've looked up rock rows. I've looked at show jumping rounds at rock rows. So I feel a bit more prepared what it's going to look like. And I've watched people go clear there. So, you know, a bit of manifest.
Manifest the clear rounds.
Yeah. And then I think I'm not, once I get into the ring, I think I'll be okay. It's the unpredictability of packing up and getting in and warming up,
Yes.
that I find a bit nerve-wracking. But because we're doing 2 rounds, I'm only really worried about the first one at the moment, because if that goes really well, then I won't be scared to go back.
Yes. Cool. Well, we've got to drive in the rain to the yard and we'll catch up with you again there.
Oh.
Good morning, Nelly. Morning. Soggy. Soggy mare. So easy?
So easy. Well, so much easier than eventing and dressage. Didn't plait anything, barely fast because it's raining today. Didn't have to learn a test yet. So much easier. The usual laden trip down to the transportation. This is a lot heavier when you have to carry it for a long time. Come on, darling. Let's go. This is a 70. Shit in my pants.
I'm not sure that your front left boot is in the correct position. Oh, was it?
So well done, sir. That's clear there. 25.68 your time. You're having a good morning this morning. That's 2 double clears. And the junior section, that puts Fergus up into the lead.
So this is us in the warm-up. As you can see, Heather chummed us in and then gradually got further and further away as we got more confident. You can hear at the beginning there was a tannoy, and that did wind her up a bit more than I expected it to. I guess it probably reminds her of her racing days. She was pretty tense, as you can see. We were very lucky that actually there wasn't very many people in the warm-up with us. But because it took me so long to get on, I'd only done a couple laps of the school when they were calling me over. So this was them saying that I was next to go after the person that was going in. So I had a little stress panic and thought I better get cantering and jumping because I'm going to be in soon. And actually, I was expecting an explosion. However, she managed to keep a lid on it pretty well, to be honest. I was pretty chuffed. This was Heather's footage from the inside. And then we did a couple of jumps and just went in, so I'll leave them with you.
Well done. Well done.
Okay.
Well done.
Back to our adult section now, and we will Amy Johnson and Lily into the number 1 run.
This is us just going into the ring. This was the first sort of full up show jumping ring that Nellie had ever seen, and I'm actually pretty impressed with how this ride went right up until the end, which you will see. But for both of our first time, well, and mine in the first time in 9 years and her first time, I'm pretty chuffed, so enjoy.
Whoa!
Well, after a real shame that I quite expected the monster to be living there for a few hours.
So after that unfortunate exit out the side door, we went back into the warm-up arena and started working on getting her really in front of my leg so that when we went into the next round, we could do it. However, shortly after this, I had a complete meltdown, broke down in tears, and just didn't feel in the right headspace to be able to get around such a beefy 80. So Heather and my mum gave me a swift talking to and told me that I had to do it until I at least got one nice jump. So that is what we did.
Any other push, quite encouraging to get into a clap and have to make go first.
Good girl. Good girl.
So first contestant Rory, number 1 3 races, Amy Johnson and Nellie.
So this is us just starting the round, and as you're about to see, she broke out of the canter on the corner, probably a bit of me and a bit of her. So rather than start it on a negative, I did a circle and re-asked. She just didn't come into the arena this time feeling as confident. She had a lot more of a look at the beginning, as you saw. She just wasn't listening as much. And again, we broke out of canter, and so I just carried on because I thought, well, I can't go again. So we took that pole down because obviously we didn't have very good rhythm. Got over fence 2 okay, I think she chipped in a little bit. And then coming around to fence 3, I tried to ride it a bit more positively, and sadly she drifted slightly to the left, and I took the full wing down with my foot and knocked myself a bit out of the saddle, which meant that we landed on the wrong leg. So rather than messily present to fence 4, I thought I'm just going to use this as a bit of a school. I circled round it and picked up a better canter and re-presented to it. And you don't hear this because I'm voiceovering over the top, but Heather actually said to me, just pop over one more, get it nice. this round was not going nearly as nice as the first round. And in order to keep going and have a positive time, I thought actually I'm going to end it on a nice high. So I jumped fence four, she jumped it amazing, I was so chuffed with it. So I actually just retired. I don't know now if that was the right thing to do or not, but I felt like for both of our mentality, ending on a high was going to be better. So that is what we chose to do as a team. Princess getting her stairs again. Hello! Where are you? Oh, there you are. We're home. She's taking the phrase "make a meal out of it" very literally.
Stuck in the bottom, you need to stir it up.
We're all home. Eating our sloppy dinner. Pooey boots are drying. Oh my. Honestly. It's just so damn delicious. Back out. Happy girl. Where's the buddies? We're on our way home now. Don't know if we were very good at updating as the day went along.
Yeah, not really.
No. When we got there, basically went up to the toilet and it was our course walk for my class had just started. So we kind of went straight in and walked the course, and then they were starting the class. So, and they also said they were running a little bit ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
So I had to like leg it back to the lorry and just get immediately tacked up, dressed and get on.
And getting on took a little while. I don't know, I did say to your mum, I was like, how about you film this? But I don't know if...
She did film, but I think I then got on, like as
Yeah.
soon as you gave her the camera. I think I then managed to get on, but she was very wired. It's our first outing since June, to be fair. It was our first show jumping competition together ever. We've done the 2 rounds as part of our one-day event, but we've never done a pure show jumping, and it's my first show jumping competition for 9 years. And then we went into the course walk, and because I don't know why, because it's unaffiliated and for charity, I just thought when I entered the 70 and the 80 that they weren't going to be that to height. They were
chunky.
They were to height. They were tight.
I also think you're probably used to, you know, when you jump an 80 or a 90 at home, it's just a pole at the top, not like the full
Yeah.
chunky fences
It's not
with
filled
like
in
all
and
the
stuff.
fillers and also big thick poles.
Yeah, they were big, thick wooden poles. But yeah, I went in and like, probably only half of them were at 70, and the rest we were looking round. Like the one that was at 70 was much lower than the one next to it and things. So yeah, it was pretty full up, which I was okay with when I looked at the 70, but I then knew I was going into the 80 afterwards. And I was like, oh god, if I think this is pushing it, then the 80 is going to look massive. Finally managed to get on, went into the warm-up. She was pretty tense, to be honest. But we made it round, and then they were kind of saying, you're going to be next, and I hadn't even cantered, I hadn't even done a fence. Ugh. But anyway, just...
You did a canter on each rein.
Yeah.
You then trotted over the cross pole, and she was really good over the cross poles. And I was like, do you want to go up? And you said, no, I'm going straight in. And then I think we'll chop off that last jump, and you did a fantastic, beautiful round, and you should both be proud of yourselves.
Thank you. Was absolutely chuffed to bits with how it went. And then that little bastard jump at the end. I don't know what it was. She didn't particularly look down. There was a filler at the bottom. She didn't particularly look down, having looked back at the footage. So not really sure what happened. The judge's box was right by it, and obviously there's 2 people inside that, so I don't know. But I trotted round that way to start with, thinking that it could be an issue, so I think a mix of a few things. I think I got a bit complacent with it being the last fence and she'd gone round so well. And then went back into the warm-up. The warm-up started to get busier and busier, and she started to lose it again. And then I just had a big wobble where I was like, I just don't think I'm in the right headspace to go up a height. I don't know if I could do this. Had a cry, lol, when don't I? And eventually was talked into going in and just taking it jump by jump until I have a good jump. So that's what I did. I think it was a really good day for our first one. It's a shame about the black mark of that last fence. Even if she had a refusal and I'd gotten to go round again. But yeah.
Even if you just stuck it.
Yeah, like even if I'd stuck it and either represented or like just jumped it from a standstill. Because we were 5th out of 12, because it was single phase, but so that was fence 1 to 6 was the bit you had to do clear to go into the jump off. And there weren't enough people went clear. So even though I fell off, I actually got 5th place because there wasn't enough. Can I say? Such a professional. So yeah, my arm's getting tired, so I need to end this. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe if you're not already. Comment down below how you thought that went.
It went well.
Fell off, didn't I? Fell off, didn't I? I can't go on a competition, not fall off.
We're going to take the positives from this.
Yeah, totally. If it'd been 10 fences, we'd have been absolutely delighted with that.
Yeah.
And then I'd probably been in a good headspace for going into the 80. It's just a shame.
But so you might have been disappointed with what happened in the 80.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and you'd have been like, oh, I shouldn't have done the 80. Whereas actually, you went in like, I'm just gonna make sure I get a nice fence, and I think that was the good way to end it. So actually, I think it was a positive that you fell off.
Yeah, it wasn't sore at all.
Silver linings.
Wasn't sore at all. So yeah. And I'll be able to use it as clickbait for this. I bet y'all clicked on it immediately seeing I'd fallen off, you little snakes. So yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Don't know what it'll be. We're going competing next weekend as well. Lol, pray for me. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.